Hi, my name is Jordan, and today I'm going to share a horrifying case with you. In the heart of San Antonio, Texas, a young couple, Savannah Soto, 18 years old and eagerly expecting her first child, and her boyfriend, Mathew Guerra, found themselves at the center of a tragic story. Their lives, filled with anticipation and dreams of their growing family, were cut short under mysterious and heartbreaking circumstances. Savannah and Mathew were known to their friends and family as a happy couple, looking forward to the birth of their baby. They had plans and dreams like any young couple, with the added excitement of becoming parents soon. Their story, however, took an unexpected turn just days before Christmas, a time when joy and celebration should have filled their lives. The last time anyone saw Savanah and Mathew was on December 22, 2023. They suddenly disappeared, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and concern among those who knew them best. The following day, when Savanah failed to show up for a crucial medical appointment to be induced, worry turned into alarm. It was out of character for her to miss such an important appointment, especially given her excitement about becoming a mother. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, authorities issued a clear alert, a system used to help locate missing persons believed to be in immediate danger. The alert provided details about the couple, last seen driving a gray 2013 Kia Optima with a temporary tag. This was a call to action for the community and law enforcement to intensify their search efforts. Despite the hope and efforts of many, the search for Savannah and Mathew ended in tragedy. On December 26, 2023, the couple was found deceased in their vehicle. This devastating discovery marked a turning point in the case, from a search and rescue mission to a murder investigation. The community was left in shock, struggling to comprehend how such a young couple, on the brink of welcoming a new life, could meet such a tragic end. The police were now faced with the task of piecing together the events that led to Savannah and Mathew's untimely deaths. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that this was not a random act of violence, but a targeted attack that claimed the lives of two young people and their unborn child. As the investigation into the tragic deaths of Savannah Soto and Mathew Guerra unfolded, law enforcement officials worked tirelessly to uncover the truth. The community of San Antonio, still reeling from the shock, watched closely as detectives pieced together the events leading up to the couple's disappearance and eventual discovery. The breakthrough in the case came from meticulous police work, including the examination of surveillance footage and the gathering of forensic evidence. This crucial evidence pointed investigators towards three individuals who would soon become the primary suspects in the case. The first two suspects were identified as 19-year-old Christopher Preciado and his father, 53-year-old Ramon Preciado. Christopher faced charges of capital murder, accused of being directly responsible for the deaths of Savannah and Mathew. His father, Ramon, was charged with abuse of a corpse, alleged to have assisted in moving the bodies of the young couple after the crime was committed. The investigation revealed a chilling narrative. On the night of December 22, 2023, Savannah and Mathew were believed to have been involved in a drug exchange that tragically went wrong. This detail shed light on a possible motive behind the crime, suggesting that what was supposed to be a transaction ended in a deliberate act of violence. As detectives delved deeper into the case, they uncovered more about the involvement of a third suspect, Mirta Romanos, identified as Christopher's stepmother. Mirta faced charges of altering, destroying a human corpse, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with evidence. Her arrest added another layer to the complex case, indicating that the concealment of the crime was a family affair. The community was stunned by the arrests and the revelations about the circumstances surrounding the deaths of Savannah and Mathew. The loss of the young couple and their unborn child was felt deeply, not only by their families, but by all who learned of their tragic fate. Authorities worked diligently to ensure that justice would be served. The legal proceedings against Christopher, Ramon, and Mirta were closely followed by the public, with many hoping for a resolution that would bring some measure of peace to the grieving families. As the case moved through the courts, the families of Savannah and Mathew, along with the San Antonio community, awaited answers and justice. The senseless violence that led to the loss of such young lives prompted reflections on the dangers of drug-related crimes and the impact of violence on families and communities. In the wake of the arrests, and as the legal proceedings began to unfold, the San Antonio community and the families of Savannah Soto and Mathew Guerra sought solace in each other and in the pursuit of justice. The details that emerged from the investigation painted a grim picture of the events leading to the young couple's demise, sparking conversations about the broader implications of crime, justice, and safety in the community. As the case against Christopher Preciado, Ramon Preciado, and Mirta Romanos progressed, each court appearance and legal development was scrutinized by a public eager for answers and justice. Christopher, facing the most serious charges of capital murder, became the focal point of the legal battle. The allegations against him and his co-defendants suggested a calculated attempt to cover up the heinous crime, further compounding the tragedy for the victims' families. The charges of altering, destroying a human corpse and abuse of a corpse against Ramon and Mirta highlighted the disturbing actions taken after the murders, actions that demonstrated a disregard for human life and dignity. The community grappled with the reality of such callousness, finding it difficult to comprehend how a family could become entangled in such a web of violence and deceit. Throughout this period, the families of Savannah and Mathew, though engulfed in grief, remained steadfast in their desire for justice. They attended court hearings, provided support to one another, and spoke out about the impact of the loss of Savannah, Mathew, and their unborn child, Fabian. Their resilience in the face of such adversity served as a beacon of hope for others affected by similar tragedies. The legal system, tasked with untangling the events that led to the murders and determining the guilt of those accused, moved methodically. Prosecutors prepared their case, emphasizing the need for a thorough examination of the evidence and the importance of holding those responsible accountable for their actions. Defense attorneys, for their part, prepared their arguments, setting the stage for a trial that would captivate the community. As the trial dates approached, the anticipation and anxiety among those closely connected to the case grew. The prospect of reliving the events through testimonies and evidence presented in court was daunting. Yet there was also a collective determination to see the process through, to honor the memories of Savannah and Mathew by seeking justice for their untimely deaths. As the trial commenced, the courtroom became a focal point for the community, the families of Savannah Soto and Mathew Guerra, and all those seeking justice. The proceedings offered a detailed account of the events leading up to the tragic deaths, with prosecutors presenting evidence that painted a vivid picture of the crime. Witnesses took the stand, forensic evidence was scrutinized, and the chilling details of that fateful night were laid bare for the court to see. The evidence presented during the trial underscored the brutality of the murders and the calculated efforts to conceal the crime. Surveillance footage, forensic analysis, and witness testimonies converged to form a narrative that was both compelling and horrifying. Throughout the trial, the families of Savanah and Mathew showed remarkable strength. Their presence in the courtroom served as a silent testament to their love for Savanah and Mathew and their unborn child, Fabian. The defense presented their arguments, challenging the prosecution's narrative and seeking to cast doubt on the evidence. The legal strategies employed by both sides highlighted the complexities of the case and the challenges inherent in the pursuit of justice. The courtroom became a battleground where the truth was contested and the principles of justice were put to the test. As the trial neared its conclusion, the anticipation within the community and among the families grew. The prospect of a verdict brought a mix of hope and anxiety, with many hoping for closure but dreading the emotional toll of the final judgment. The legal process, while necessary, was a painful reminder of the loss they had suffered. When the verdicts were finally announced, the reactions were a mix of relief, sorrow, and, for some, a sense of justice being served. The judge granting the father of the suspected a bond reduction for his charge in the case from $450,000 to $600,000, Ramon Preciado's wife, Mirta Romano. She had her bond reduced from $1.1 million to $600,000. They are both facing abuse of a corpse charges. Bado's son, Christopher, who is accused of murdering Matthew and Savannah Sue, while he is still being held on a $2 million bond. The end of the legal proceedings did not mark the end of their journey through grief, but it did offer a starting point for healing and reflection. The trial, with its detailed recounting of the events leading to the deaths of Savannah, Matthew, and their unborn child, Fabian, had a profound impact on the community. It served as a stark reminder of the consequences of violence and the ripple effects it has on families, friends, and even strangers. In response, community leaders, local organizations, and residents came together to address issues of safety, support for victims' families, and ways to prevent such tragedies in the future. Efforts to honor the memory of Savannah and Matthew took various forms. Vigils were held, where people could come together to mourn and remember the young couple. The narrative of Savannah and Matthew closes not with an ending, but with a continuation, a promise that their lives, though tragically cut short, will continue to inspire and drive positive change. It's a testament to the power of love, memory, and the human spirit's capacity to overcome darkness with light. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And also don't forget to share your opinion about case in the comment section. See you in the next video.